In a world where every marketer and every advertising agency is screaming for your attention, trying to give you the magic bullet for generating commercial roofing leads, I'm gonna show you how to cut through the noise and how to actually generate leads for your team on a consistent basis. My name's Cody Klein, and I'm gonna give you the framework that I use to figure out how to spend my time, my money, and my energy based on your specific circumstances, your team, and your resources so that you can get the quickest return on investment without the loss of your sanity and burning all of your cash. I'll also show you what I call the 4 Ps. It's just a simple system that I utilize to figure out, should I double down on this marketing or just kill it off fast? I'm a big believer in the theory of constraints, and the theory of constraints says that at any given point in time, there's a weakest link in the chain. There's a weakest point in your business. And the way I think about growing a business is like, we could talk about scaling operations or adding trucks or different technologies, but nothing really matters until we have a front-end sales system. And so in order to have a front-end sales system where we're converting deals and then the rest of the business can happen, even before that, we have to have leads to work. We have to have opportunities. And the way I think about it is that leads really come from 4 main pathways. And quick disclaimer, I'm not against growing organically, right? I love referrals. I love growing through word of mouth and doing good work and having people refer us. That's great. All I'm saying is that a business that's doing half the quality of the work that you're doing, that's installing not nearly as good as commercial roof systems or roofing systems that you guys are, but does 10 times better marketing or 10 times better sales, will outperform you. They'll make more money so that they can take it home to their family. They'll be able to make higher profits and be able to provide for their team and create a better experience for the people that they're bringing into their world. And overall, they will just outgrow you in the market because they are in front of more eyeballs. They have more opportunity. And so that's not to say that you shouldn't do good work or you shouldn't strive to do the best systems. It's just, I think, rather than it being an or situation, it should be both and. Now, if you search the internet, you'll find thousands of ways that you can spend your money, right? There's the website guys, there's the ads guys, there's the SEO guys, there's everything in between. And so no shortage of ways to actually spend your marketing dollars. But what I've been able to do is actually distill it down into, to cut out the confusion and actually make sense of all the opportunities. And the way I look at it is like this. Let me show you. So we can pursue opportunities, okay? We can also attract opportunities. We can pay for opportunities, or we can do what I call earn and return for opportunities. Now let me explain each one of these to you. When it comes to pursuing opportunities, that's like the grassroots marketing. Some people call it outbound sales. I've heard it described as business development. But at the end of the day, it's making the phone calls, it's walking into the buildings, it's sending the LinkedIn messages, it's sending the emails. It's basically doing the apex predator hunting of going out and finding the opportunities. To the alternative of that, we have attraction marketing. And so attraction marketing is what, in my world, the way I've been able to organize this in my head is it's the content output. It's the SEO. It's the things that are literally the magnets that are going to be out there attracting customers. We can pay for leads. That one's pretty self-explanatory. So on one end of the spectrum of paid leads, you have things like Angie's or Fixer or any of the other platforms where you literally exchange dollars for opportunities. Or we have paid advertising like pay-per-click, okay? You can do Google local service ads, Facebook, Meta, YouTube, all the places. And this is my favorite. So the earn and return is earning repeat business and referrals. And so this is exactly what a service department does for you. Now, these are the 4 levers that you can pull in marketing, the 4 ways that you can actually spend your money if we boil it down to core principles. But the question then becomes, what's going to give us the best return on our investment? There's a little guy in the self-development and business development space named Tony Robbins, and he talks about how success leaves clues. So let's talk about what the big dogs in our space actually do. The largest commercial roofing companies in the world or in North America, we're talking the Tectas, the Centimarks, the Greenwood Industries of the world. They do two things. They focus on pursuit marketing and earn and return. They have outbound sales teams that are working the local networking groups with property managers and building owners. They have business development reps that are actually like walking into the buildings and following up with, on all of those opportunities via phone call. They have internal call centers that are making hundreds, if not thousands of dials every single day, and they're working LinkedIn like madmen. That is what pursuing opportunities actually looks like. On the opposite end of the spectrum, those opportunities where they get to do a repair, they get to do a replacement, or they're even just doing inspections, they are working those opportunities endlessly in the earn and return by nurturing those opportunities. When a roof leak pops up, they're servicing it. When they don't hear from the customer over the course of 6 months to a year, guess what? They're going out and they're walking that roof anyways to do preventative maintenance. And if it's working for those guys at the top, then it's gonna work for you too. So I would use that as the blueprint. I would essentially look at how can we pursue opportunities and how can we do the earn and return. And so I had one more idea I wanted to share with you guys on the core 4 of marketing. So let me show you this. When it comes to attraction marketing, I would not focus there, but I wanna tell you why. So the reason I would not focus on attraction marketing is because it's a long-term play. And if you're looking for direct response on your marketing dollars and you're looking for a measurable return on investment, you're not gonna get it from posting content or trying to grow your SEO. In the same vein, I see a lot of guys, a lot of companies spending money here on the paid ad side, and I wouldn't do that unless you are dialed in on your tracking and you have a proven conversion process that you can measure all the way through, which most companies don't. So while we're still talking about the core 4 of marketing, I just want to talk about when you have decided that, hey, I'm going to commit to pursuing opportunities, or I'm going to work on my earn and return. I want you to think through this like it's the chicken or the egg. Where do we actually start? And if you have previous commercial roofing opportunities, and I say that in the way of like, even if you've just done repairs, even if you've just done inspections, if you've done any sort of transaction in the commercial space, you should actually start here if you have past clients. It's really simple. If you have past customers, we just want to sell them something else. We want to go back to them. We want to re-inspect the work that we've already done, look at the rest of the roof so we can expand the scope, and then try to sell them on an ongoing, a reoccurring, or a recurring service agreement. You can focus on selling them a preventative maintenance agreement, or a master service agreement, or any sort of upgrades or expansion to the scope that you did prior. It just doesn't make sense to go hunting for cold leads when you already have a warm silo of opportunity that you've worked with in the past. But if you don't have past commercial clients, then of course, we're gonna go outbound. Like I was saying earlier, we just need to pick a strategy. We're either going to walk into buildings, we're going to make calls, we're gonna join a networking group that we mine. The only issue I see with when people decide that, hey, I don't have past customers here, and I'm going to actually start here with new opportunities, is that they try to do everything all at once. So let's jump into what I call the 4 Ps, and I'll actually show you guys that once you decide whether or not you're going to start with your past clients, or hey, I don't have past clients and we're gonna start fresh with some new opportunities, I'm gonna show you how to keep it organized and essentially know when to double down or when to cut it off. Nothing matters if we can't measure it, all right? And so if it matters, then we need to measure it. And let me show you exactly how I do that and how I keep track of how well every single one of these situations are actually working. So let's jump in here and I'll show you the first P, which is When I say process, because a lot of times that word can be taken out of context or mean different things to different people, the process essentially is going to show you guys what to do. Literally, step by step, we do this, then we move to this step, then we move to this step type of situation, almost like a flow chart. The second part of this framework, the second P, is the playbook. So if the process tells us what we do, then the playbook is going to be the scripts and the checklist and the templates that tell us exactly how to do this process, okay? So we have a complete business development playbook where we have all of our processes mapped out to show them what to do and then how to do it. The third P in this framework is going to be pipeline. So when I say pipeline, that is not necessarily your CRM. It's not your industry specific CRM. We need some way, it could be spreadsheets, or it could be a specific marketing CRM like Go High Level, HubSpot, Close. It can be any of those types of marketing and sales front end pipeline trackers so that we can understand where all of the people are that are going through this process in this way, where they're actually at in that process, right? So we always want to know where they're at in the pipeline. And then the fourth P is what we call performance. Performance is a fancy way of saying scorecard. We need a way to measure how well this process is actually working, right? This is the whole measuring portion. So when I'm looking at the 4 Ps that we have laid out here, the performance is going to measure how well is this stage converting to this stage, right? And it will give us some form of conversion. How well is this stage converting to here? And not to get too far into the weeds, but this is what allows us to understand what's broken and what's not converting at a level that we're actually satisfied with. And a level that we're actually satisfied with is one that actually makes us money. When you track your campaigns this way, it's facts over feelings, it's black and white. There's no more blaming the lead quality or the lead quantity. It's like everything's right in front of us and you're able to operate in a way with your sales team that really removes the emotions out of the day-to-day. You see exactly where the bottleneck is and you're able to then say, hey, that's my constraint and now we can fix it. All right, so quick recap. We talked about the 4 ways that you can actually spend your marketing dollars, right? We can pursue opportunities, we can attract opportunities, we can pay for opportunities, and we can do that whole earn and return thing, which in the roofing world, it shows up as a service department. So once we decide on where we're going to spend our money, what bucket we're going to put our money into, we then need to make sure that no matter what strategy we choose, whatever process we choose, that we implement the 4 Ps to basically be able to measure and understand when we need to pour into a marketing strategy and when it's time to actually cut it off. So the 4 Ps, again, just as a quick reminder, is you've got to have the process, right? We've got to have the playbook. We've got to have a pipeline to track where are the people actually at in this process, and then the performance of like how good is each stage actually working. And look, I've been doing this for 13 years, so I understand that new ideas can be tough to implement. Business is hard in general, right? And it doesn't matter if you put in a little bit of effort or a lot of bit of effort, it's still hard at the end of the day. So you might as well put in a little bit of extra effort and create something that's actually exceptionally good, if not just for you, for your family, for the people that are a part of your team, and all the people that are around you and basically impacted by this business. I want to connect with you. Reach out to me through social media. If you have questions about this video or anything that we do at the Commercial Roofer University, hit me on Instagram, hit me on Facebook. I'll talk to you guys soon.